retrieving the findings of fact and conclusions of law and from the printer, and we'll read that yet tonight.
So this woman had the dog at the Park Academy.
Okay, thank you for being patient. I'll go ahead and read the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and recommendation at this time. In the matter regarding the license of Timothy Naraki, doing business as Rock's Place at 810 South 3rd Avenue, Wausau, Wisconsin. In the above matter, on the 17th day of May 2021, having come before the Public Health and Safety Committee of the Common Council for the City of Wausau, said committee hereby makes the following findings of fact, conclusions of law, and recommendation. Findings of fact include that Timothy Naraki, doing business as Rock's Place, the licensee, currently holds a Class B beer and liquor license. Said license was recommended for approval by the Public Health and Safety Committee, and the council granted the license and renewed the license for a period of July 1, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. That the licensee's licensed establishment, Rock's Place, is located at 810 South 3rd Avenue in Wausau, Wisconsin. That on April 16, 2021, the city clerk received a duly signed complaint seeking revocation or suspension of the licensee's license. On May 10, 2021, Leslie M. Kramer, city clerk, executed a summons concerning the complaint. On May 17, 2021, a hearing was held before the Public Health and Safety Committee at the City of Wausau, City Hall, located at 407 Grant Street in Wausau, Wisconsin, pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, Section 125.12, Paragraph 2, Sub B, for the purpose of hearing the above entitled matter, with the Assistant City Attorney Tara Alfonso appearing as prosecutor, and the licensee Timothy Naraki appeared with his attorney Daniel Sveikas. On May 17, 2021, the Public Health and Safety Committee deliberated in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, Section 19.85, Paragraph 1, Sub A and B, with regard to the allegations contained in the complaint. Based upon the evidence received, the testimony of witnesses, and the arguments of the parties, the Public Health and Safety Committee finds as follows: that the licensee denies all allegations contained in the complaint, that the city has proven allegations 1 through 5, that on June 15, 2020, the licensee came before the Public Health and Safety Committee for a formal expression of concern pursuant to Wausau Municipal Code Section 5.64.078, Paragraph D, Sub 1, Paragraph A, in regard to fights and/or weapons complaints occurring at Rock's Place. That Rock's Place has a record of numerous incidents stemming from lack of control and oversight of the establishment and problems with patrons resulting in noise complaints, fights, weapons, gunshots, and other disturbances, all of which substantially related to the circumstances of the licensed activity. Since January 1st, 2019, there have been a total of 23 calls for service by police to Rock's Place. While the city acknowledges that not all of the complaints resulted in arrests, the issuance of municipal citations, verbal or written warnings, the committee finds a significant number did so result in such enforcement action and sets forth its findings in this regard below. These calls for service were attached to the complaint as Exhibit B. The committee has found that the prosecutor has proven its case relative to the following events on the following dates. March 4th, 2021, fight complaint with weapons displayed. February 20th, 2021, fight complaint with weapons displayed. Subnote, the respondent did not present sufficient evidence to indicate that a gap in the requested video provided to the Wausau police officers was the result of an error. Coincidentally, the missing segment contained the footage of the event in question. January 12, 2020, report of a gunshot, bullet casings located as evidence. January 6, 2020, threat of a weapon at the bar. October 17, 2019, liquor outside the premises. August 17, 2019, a fight complaint whereby patrons were escorted out and returned with 8 males with firearms. August 15, 2019, threat of weapon. March 15, 2019, fight complaint resulting in injuries to patrons. January 1, 2019, a fight complaint where the victim ended up in the emergency room with a laceration to the head and a dislocated shoulder. Testimony revealed that the bar owner made contact with the victim but took no action. January 1, 2019, a fight complaint involving a large group of people in the middle of South 3rd Avenue that reignited after security had already broken up the fight once. That the licensee and employees at Rock's Place failed to cooperate with the City of Wausau Police Department during the investigation of an incident that occurred on February 20, 2021, involving a fight and a handgun by failing to report the event to law enforcement on the night in which it occurred, and then failed to provide Wausau police officers complete footage of the requested video of the incident for investigatory purposes, omitting 1.5 hours of video that depicted the occurrence. The committee recognizes that while the owner has made some effort to ban patrons and make aesthetic improvements to the establishment, that significant progress has not been made to mitigate the issues at present. Through their own testimony, Timothy Naraki and Jacqueline Storr admitted that violent acts occurring in the bar and in the parking lot continue to be a problem. The committee accepts as evidence in this matter and adopts its findings of fact the synopsis of events related to the foregoing complaints at Rock's Place presented by the city at the hearing as Exhibit 2 and testified to by the City of Wausau Police Captain Todd Baton. Such complaints as presented in the city's Exhibit 2 at the hearing are incorporated by reference herein. The committee further accepts as evidence in this matter and adopts its findings of fact the portions of the squad videos shown by the city related to the responses of the City of Wausau Police Department to Rock's Place on January 12, 2020, February 20, 2021, and March 4, 2021. The committee finds the portions of the videos played at the hearing, together with the testimony of City of Wausau Police Captain Todd Baton, Officer Mason Hagenbusher, Officer Aaron Carlin, and Detective Jim Martin concerning those events to be compelling regarding circumstances occurring at Rock's Place. The portions of these squad videos presented by the city as Exhibit 5 at the hearing are incorporated by reference herein. We find that under Wisconsin law, the license holder or corporate agent is held strictly liable for the actions of its employees and for the activities occurring on the licensed premise. Conclusions of law. Based upon the findings of fact, the committee hereby makes the following conclusion of law. This matter is properly before this committee pursuant to Wisconsin Statutes Chapter 125.12, Paragraph 2, Sub AG. That the city has the burden of proof, proving the allegations in its complaint by a preponderance of the evidence. We find that the city has met its burden of proof. We find by the greater weight of credible evidence, the licensee has violated Chapter 125 of the Wisconsin Statutes as adopted by Wausau Municipal Code, Section 5.64.010, and Wisconsin Statute, Section Chapter 125.12, Paragraph 2, Sub AG, Paragraph 1, and Chapter 125.12, Paragraph 2, Sub AG, Paragraph 2, as adopted by the Wausau Municipal Code, Section 5.64.010, in that the licensee keeps or maintains a disorderly, riotous, indecent, or improper house. The Public Health and Safety Committee hereby recommends to the City Council that the Class B beer and liquor license be revoked pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, Chapter 125.12, Paragraph 2, Sub AG, Paragraph 2. Counsel for the committee is hereby directed to provide a copy of these findings of fact, conclusions of law, and recommendation to the licensee and the city. Pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, Chapter 125.51, Paragraph 1, the city clerk is directed to set forth in her minutes a statement for the reason of the revocation of the licensee's Class B beer and liquor license. This finding is dated today, the 17th day of May, 2021. I'll sign it, and we can send a copy with the licensee yet tonight.
Chair Rasmussen, this will still be going for council, correct?
Correct.
And when would that be?
At its next regular meeting, which I believe it's the 25th. May 25th.
Thank you.
Okay. So this copy can be presented to the license holder. I'll sign these two. With that, I'll consider the hearing is closed, and I'll take a motion to adjourn the committee. Motion by
We need to-
Wadinsky, second by
We need to
Peckham.
vote on the measure?
We do not.
Okay. In that case, I'd move to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn by Peckham. Do we have a second? Second by Wadinsky. Members in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None are opposed. We'll stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.